Okay, how we doing out there today? First things first. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. I literally have to be at this early because I have orders to process. I got to update one of the contracts, and we have to start the process of constructing the 120-inch screen for the 44 Professional Black. All right, so uh, this is the last time we will have this discussion. As I said before, we do not feel that these products under Crow 1176 and PARTAY AV are worth the time, and they're just not worth the time for us. With the new technology we're developing, it's just a waste of our time to have someone bring the paint down here, waste an entire day doing a demonstration on a product that we already know that's not going to work with our products at all. It's a waste of time. So this is to get Partay so you can understand why we don't feel your products are worth it. Number one, I got $700 worth of canceled orders. That's the first one. So upon placing orders through the website to purchase his items, we received $700 worth of canceled orders. And this is for your gray products, not the black products, the gray products. So, from the technology we develop, any of the dark technology we develop, the tests that you see when we do the white screen, white versus white on our technology, showing white levels with white paper and so forth for the screens, the black versus black, ultra sure throw, all those tests, we do this with our screens on a regular basis. This is something you do not see with their products. They do not test their products at the end of the day, and this is why they fear the testing that will happen to their screens when they come down here. You see what a 44 Professional goes through. It was outside yesterday on an ultra short throw projector, and even with the gray and white screen laying next to it, they failed miserably next to the technology. So, gray screens will not work side by side of competing with the technology. It won't work. So there's no point. Any of the gray products that they make, it's completely useless and a waste of time. Do we need to prove that the products don't work? Well, Fernando Gonzalez, we got majority of a page called the Blacklist, which has him on there doing just about everything you could possibly think of trying to prevent his product from coming here 100% legit. We have $1,600 worth of canceled orders on that individual. I'm not even going to go down that road because, like I said, I don't want to go down this road at all, period, with these individuals. I've already explained to you before that when we address this issue, it'll be for court. Right now, we just need to get him to understand because in his head, he's got this whole King complex disorder going off where he claims we're supposed to be afraid of him. No one is afraid of you at all, period. I got $700 worth of your canceled orders sitting here right here showing you we've tried to place orders for your products, but you kept canceling the orders. We're not afraid to buy from you. And yet, I have not received one order from you or Crow or the receipts that Crow has claimed that he's made purchase on a product. We haven't seen any of them. Nothing. So this shows that you guys take the industry as a joke. But if it's a hobby, keep it as a hobby, Fernando, and give it away for free. If you are taking money from people at the end of the day, then you need to be able to back your products. And the first thing you should be backing products up against is house paint. We're not going to go down that road. We all know what happened with the network gray fiasco. All right, so getting back to Partay, these are your canceled orders, and they're recent canceled orders. We have from, this is December. That's the first one we placed, right there. See where it says 2021. And then we went in and we placed new orders. 2022. We made orders for the Daystar. We made orders for your sample packs, which you don't even have on the website anymore. We made orders for the Vega Plus. You canceled every single order. So that doesn't sound like a person to me at the end of the day that's worth our time that can back the product. Number two, you claim that black screen, right? Two of them. That's what it says. In your product description, your specification page, you have clearly stated, unless you went in and changed it at the last minute, put one of Crow's numbers, but you stated that your product does not work in fully lit environments. Our technology does. So how would you even be able to compete with a technology that can thrive in fully lit environments, but yours can't? See what I'm getting at here? All right. Ultra short throw compatibilities. You do not work with ultra short throws. You have stated this. It does not work with ultra short throws. Ours does. Inside and out. It works with ultra short throws. So again, this is why we consider your product a waste of our time, not worth my time, because why am I going to sit there and waste, spend $160, get the product down here. It can't pull up in any environments we have. We have the max out zone downstairs. It won't pick up down there because it's too much light. It won't pick up here because it's too much light. It's not going to pick up outside because there's too much light. So we can't use any of those facilities, can we? Nope. We can't use ultra short throws, which I throw everything at the screen. Ultra short throws and long throws and pico projectors, 1,000 lumens. Today we're doing a demonstration with the 720p versus the 9 certified. That is the first test we're going to be displaying. I think we did the white level test already. Black versus black test. We did that already. Ultra short throw compatibility. We've done that one to death, literally on the screen. Let's see what else we're going to do. Low lumen test. So we have to do 1,000 lumens outside at 13 feet and nail the screen. See, this is stuff y'all don't even think about. These are the simple things that I'm mentioning you don't think about. So let's look at your product description, because like I said, I don't like to go in and say things without backing them up. These are your two black screen paints right here. We'll click on the first shopping cart here. All right. Because you guys don't have a grasp on reality. Crow is still over there ranting and carrying on about the 44. And this is a fellow who got caught removing videos off his channel that were matching a house paint. And yet you're still on there ranting about your products being the best. Well, I guess they completely forget that. We'll move on, get caught, we'll move on, hoping people will forget about it. This is the item right here. So I was in here a few days ago. We noticed he has black paint. Here we go, matte black, right? You have it. Let me see if he wasn't in here. Mind you, don't go in and change stuff at the last minute because we put a camera on it. Because remember, I have previously recorded, which means I will go back in and I can see if you went in and changed your specifications due to what I said in a comment. So don't do that. Don't get caught doing that, because that's extremely misleading to customers. Here we go. Designed for dark environments, right? To serve off-axle ambient light. Again, we specialize in ambient light, so we would never have that in there to begin with. So if it's designed for dark environments, that means that screen can't pull up in anywhere in the environments we sit at, because I don't do demonstrations in dark environments unless it's requested. Let me see right here. Not recommended for ultra short throw projectors. Punctuation mark. You got it in capitals, like you're warning people it doesn't work with ultra short throw projectors. How would that work with us? Our screen paints do work with ultra short throw projectors. As I said before, we work with ultra short throws inside and out. All right. Now, this is where you have some problems here. You have a double standard going on here. This is the product right here. That's the name of it. See right there? Now, if you notice here, he says, designed for dark environments, right? Big caps. You get down here to the bottom, and it says, not for recommended for ultra short throw projectors. But down here you have in your summary something completely different, that the product is a beast against high ambient light environments. High ambient light environments and dark environments are two different things, which means you're saying one thing here, but you're saying a lie here. So how is it possible if it's designed, you got it in all caps, designed for dark environments, right? But down here you have it as uh, it's a beast against ambient light environments. So which one is it? You can't do that. It's called flip-flopping. You can't say one thing and then say another thing. You can't do that. So you're saying one here, it's one something here and something completely there. Another thing too, we noticed that your screen that you're claiming to be black is not black. It's actually gray. It's a dark gray. Now I'm gonna tell you why, people, why he's considering a dark gray screen to be black. Because when gray screen paints first started, this is way before the gunmetals ever existed. I'm giving you Partay some history lesson here. Like I said, I've been out longer than you have. I have done more than you have. I have more experience and knowledge than you. The reason why you're considering that to be a black screen, because before the gunmetal technology came out, a dark gray screen was considered to be black. If it was dark gray, they considered it to be black. Now, when the gunmetals came out, that kind of obsoleted that right there to say that your screen is black. Because even I've done it. I've had a contract overseas, and we sent over a darker screen paint product. But I think with the D5 K or D6 K is one of those. But anyway, and we said that the product was black. That's what it was considered to be if it was much darker than the lighter or mid-grade screen paints that were actually being distributed all over YouTube or anybody was selling it. But if it was a darker gray, like the UB, that would be considered to be a black paint. Now, since you had gunmetals coming up that were much, much darker, and this is where the gunmetals came in, the name gunmetal came out because of this technology, the darker screens. But no, that's not, your screen's not black. Your screen is actually a kind of a dark gray. And it's not even a gunmetal gray, because gunmetal screens are so dark that, like I said, you can stare at one and you could think it's black. You would have to take a black screen and lay it against it to see the difference. So, no. All right, let me see. We're not going to read through all this. You had just, this is not even right. But when I read here, and you're saying 1 minute you got to use in a dark environment, and next one you're saying it's a beast, it's an ambient light. It's kind of, you got this in kind of faint writing. Usually, when you're dealing with contracts, this is what you will see. You will see this in bold writing, and then you have the fine print at the bottom, is what you need to read, which will tell you what and what you will not have. This is what you just did. You did like a dirty contract, which means they have everything here that you can read here, but all the fine print is right here at the bottom. No caps. You didn't do any bold on it to make sure it stands out. Nothing at all. This is doing two things at the same time. So we don't know what you got here. But as I said before, it doesn't work with ultra short throws, and we test everything over here. You wouldn't work on the ultra short throws, and you definitely wouldn't work in a fully lit environment, because why would you even have it here to begin with? If your screen is a beast in high ambient light environments, that should be up here in caps and bold. It's not, because it's not at the end of the day. From what I've seen from the video demonstrations, it's not. Your environments are way too dark. For instance, this one right here. Just give you a look at this one right here. We want to do this once we get the kitchen wall finished. I can put my screen up. I'm going to put a 44 in here. So you see how dark the environment is around the screen? All this in here is dark. It's all dark. All up in here is dark. See behind here, back where the bookcase is at, all this behind here is dark. This is your the room you show off your screen paint when you're displaying after you paint it. This room is much brighter than this. We know that for a fact. If you look at this, you see right behind his bookcase, see how dark it is behind the back of the screen? This is the environment that you have to sit in with your black screen. This is not an ambient light area where you're talking about it's a beast around ambient light. No at all, period. Now, conclusions that I come to, reason why I told you why some black screens have issues is because they can't pull a high enough white level due to the fact that there's too much light in the environment, and that is causing the screen to become dark. You have to be able to maintain a high white level and a lot of light. We could do this outside without a problem on ultra short throw, on long throw, on 1,000 limits, which will be outside doing that today. Your area is way too dark. These dark shadows back here, this is not good. This clearly tells me at the end of the day, your screen, no, cannot pull up. But at least he was honest enough to put it in the description. Some people will come in and tell you that a gray screen can see a contrast level equal to a black screen, and that's a lie. Definitely a barefaced lie. But this is all done in a dark environment. And then again, you're doing the whole crow scenario. You're up on top of the screen. You are too close to the screen. I don't know why you guys do this. You need to back that thing all the way back so they can see the environment, everything included. But I can see how everything right from here to the back. From here, you're in areas, you're in a dark area. Look at that. I told you the background of the screen tells the entire story on how dark the environment is. He's got light reflecting from here off of this surface right there. That's how dark your environment is. So if we were to get that paint over here, and we were to stick that downstairs in a max zone, that thing would wash. It wouldn't even pick up. If you have to be in an environment this dark. Heck, my freaking room in the next one we do the 150 on a $60 projector is brighter than this, and definitely the screen we have sitting in the window is in a much more brighter environment. This is really dark in here, so this automatically tells me do the entire demonstration at once so you turn your lights on. You're in the dark the entire time in the demonstration. All right, that's right there. This is the problem we have here. Your screen isn't black. That's gray. That's not a black screen. And when they do this, they make sure that they don't have anything in here that would be black, that would give off like a color comparison. That's gray. It's kind of the same color as a Frankenstein. Exactly the same color as a Frankenstein. That's not black. The writing that you have on your buckets here, that's black. That's gray. The tarp you have right here is black. That's gray. And nowhere in the world is that a black screen. That's why we request for them to do a pour out. Now, a pour out is basically where you will basically do a demonstration versus black paint. You do a pour out, which means you're pouring out black paint next to it to show that your product is just as dark as the black paint. But you have to pour out the higher white level. See how hard that one becomes? So usually when we do the pour outs because a customer or a company may say, hey, how do I know that what you're showing up there is gray paint, and trying to make it look like it's black paint. That's why you do the pour out. That's why they don't have that demonstration done. There's no testing under this product at all. That's why I said take a look at the testing we're doing on our products versus what they do. There is no test because the screen wouldn't pass. This is why we brought this product down and we do a pour out. That screen's going to come up gray and that house paint's going to come up black. We paint black paint down the side of this screen. The black paint's going to pour a star field easily because it's 100% black. That's not black, that is gray. The writing on your buckets here are actually black compared to here. That's a gray screen. This is all, I'll tell you the G demonstration, that's what I like to do. The LG demonstration I like to do because again, there are really no black levels in there. There's some black levels, but not like a serious black contrast demonstration. Now, Starfield, that's a black demonstration. That screen is going to show a 100% black level, but this one has way too many colors mixed into it to be accepted as really like a real serious contrast demonstration. So there's way too many colors in it. And again, the up close on the screen scenario. Why do you guys do this? Video ended before we can get to that part. Can we even get to a solid dark part area in the screen? Hold on. There we go. See? That's how we know your screen is dark gray and not black. That level right there should have pulled up a solid black, and those particular, I don't know what the freak those are in the video, but anyway, those red balls we have here should have been in bright red. That's how they should look. That's supposed to look like an OLED. It's supposed to be black. Bum, 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 bum. And I'm pretty sure they use high-end projectors and all that stuff. They usually have to go through that anyway. Well, as I told you before, it's not, your products are not doing what they're supposed to do. We got canceled orders. That's the most important thing. We have canceled orders. That's the first thing we know a screen's going to have issues. That's like if I put an order in for Black Diamond sample sheets and orders get canceled, we get our money back to our account, that tells me at the end of the day, no, they can't back the product up. And that's the first mistake you guys made, was canceling those orders. Which I told you from the door, don't do that. It doesn't look good for you. You ain't going around calling your product being the king of this and the best of the best if you're canceling orders. So that's why it's a waste of our time. There's no point getting it down here and it doesn't work, and I waste a complete day that I could have been doing something else. So when I'm done this video, we have the certified screens already set up for that demonstration. Again, we'll be outside on 1,000 lumens because we've gotten some requests for that. And I got a 120-inch screen with the surface to build downstairs. And if the formula gets there in time, we'll be to spray, coat that, get that done, get that set up. We're going to be using this for ultra short throw display, and we're going back and forth. But when we're doing one screen outside, we'll do another screen inside. That's what I want to do. But they've got it in their head because I've said I don't want to be bothered with their products, it's a waste of our time, that we are afraid. No, we're not. If I was afraid, I wouldn't have placed the orders. Simple and plain. So, continue on with your rants. We're just going to ignore you. You're going to treat you like that child in the corner, just carrying on and acting up. You just got to sit there and wait till they cry it all out. You can't entertain it. Her fire stick is definitely plugged in. We have nothing here. Let's see what she's doing. There we go. We're a bit off here. Okay. Oh, we're definitely still way off. Let's see what we got to put here. Okay. Just trying to find my remote control because the bird set it down that fast. That right here it is. Worst place I've sitting there. What we're talking about. Weirdest places to tell you. And the weirdest places. LG OLED demonstrations. She's on my LG Jazz demonstrations. You see how that background is coming up black? That's a black screen. What I saw in his demonstration, that's a gray screen. This is how dark your levels are supposed to be pulling up. Let's do this one real quick. Just want to focus a little bit here. There we go. It's supposed to look like a TV. That's how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to be red. The screen is not supposed to look coloration to it whatsoever. Red is supposed to pop off the screen. The problem is what you see from a lot of the screen paints is the fact that the image could be absolutely horrible, but as long as you can see the screen and you can somewhat make it out, they consider that to be passable. That's not passable by our book. That thing has to look like a TV. We can turn lights on or off on this and it doesn't make a difference. The screen does not basically change much. White levels on this technology are literally so high that we can slap a white piece of paper and a gray screen, which we did outside, and it will blend, boom, right into the screen. We don't see any demonstrations being done on black screens like that. I'm gonna go pop over to this is why I can't stop. I love this screen so much, you have no idea. It's beautiful, so beautiful. I cannot wait to start getting this up on the storefront. All right, let me see. Let's go over to LG Jazz demonstration. Let me make sure I got my sound work. Oh, I was missing speakers somewhere around here. That's why my speakers off when I came in. That's the man. And that's a 720p projector we're running right now. We're running 1080p, we're on 720p. See, there you go. The screen's washed out. That's supposed to be jet black. And those red balls are supposed to be bright red. Mind you, we're on a 720p 2012, which means my projector was discontinued in 2012. You know how long ago that is from now? And that's what it looks like. That's what it's supposed to look like. So if your product is reacting that way, and that's supposed to be a black screen, which is showing up gray in the video, and the red balls are completely faded out, there's something wrong there. There's no way in the world it's going to match this screen's contrast level if that's how your product is pulling up. Distance how far my projector sits back. Over there in the next room watching that. Now you see the color here? See how black the background looks? See how red the balls look? Alright. This is your screen. You see how faded and washed out the balls are? See the background, how it's coming up washed out? That's a washed out image. It's not supposed to look like that. Keep in mind, this demonstration was designed for an OLED TV, which means an OLEDs don't come up looking like this. OLEDs come up looking jet black and everything pops around it. This is how it can look at your screen and tell that your product is not doing what it's supposed to do. And the reason why, because your screen, number one, is not physically black. Your screen is gray. That's a gray screen. A gray screen, a black screen, when light hits it, it doesn't become lighter. It still maintains. If you look at the color of the writing on your buckets, they're darker than your screen. That is black. That is not black. That's actually a dark gray. That's what it is. Matter of fact, it's about the same color as a Frankenstein. Is that the same color? That's how your screen's supposed to look. One of the demonstrations they would cheat on the most to try to fake a contrast level is that they would show this one, the LG Jazz demonstration. Because again, it has some black levels, but not some real serious black levels. If you're gonna do black levels, you would do the Starfield, the Goldfish, and some really dark ones. There's actually some OLED test demonstrations you can do. The one we have the white dot moving back and forth across the screen, that's another one. If you're on top of that, I forgot, black screensaver is another one. Let's see what Mr. Bird, oh, I gotta make a game out of this. Where is Mr. Bird's e-pad? That was it. Now, if you notice, I'm not coming on here, and I'm not talking about calling you this and calling you that, because we don't care. I explained that to you before. We don't care. We've bought your products, you and Crow both, and we got massive cancellations. Crow even far worse than this fellow, because Crow went as far as committing fraud against his own website to keep his products from coming down there, even committing fraud and lying to PayPal about his products being something that they weren't. Lost claims against PayPal. It's a waste of our time. Even right now, this is considered to be a waste of my time. So just so you can understand before you start ramming and carrying on and your Napoleon complex disorder, your products don't work. And there's no point in me bringing them down here because they don't work. And when you go into your whole rant about how we're afraid about this, that, and the other, remember, I have $700 worth of canceled orders sitting on the table where I went in and placed orders, transfer money to your account, and you gave it back. So I don't know why in the world you guys are ranting and carrying on about your products being this, that, and the other, and someone's supposed to be afraid of your products at the end of the day. Fernando Gonzalez or Jamie Fernando Gonzalez or Crow 1176, I have 1,600 canceled orders from you. 1,600. All right then, that's the end of it. Now, we don't care about your ranting and carrying on. We don't care about you sending us emails crying and whining. It just clearly shows at the end of the day you can't back your products up. All you can do is cry and whine and throw fits about other people. Pretty much classical Karen. That's what you are. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video. I have much to do today. Oh, I love this technology right here. Freaking beautiful. Really quick to Partay. You see the bottom bars at the bottom? You see how they're not coming up that tannish kind of faded look? Because the screen's 100% black. If your products were black, as you claim they were, they wouldn't have that kind of discoloration to them. And if you want to talk about white levels, well, again, we can put our products against white certified screens, white, you name whatever, and we can do every snow we could possibly think of inside and out and still maintain a high enough white level to blend in. Now, if you feel that your products can compete with the 44 Professional, like I said, I'm not going to waste my time with you, feel free to mimic every single demonstration against this screen. Which we know you can't because, again, Fernando, you fake your environments. We know that. And for those who are saying, how do we know this? We know exactly what his apartment looks like in real time, what it looks like when the cameras are off. And again, for the individual customer, I don't know how they got it, how they got access to it, to his apartment and got those pictures. That's what the screen looks like. And that's just about right. That's what it should look like. I mean, even went as far as trying to cover it up by saying that it was my account. So again, how would I get access into your apartment to get the pictures? It's not a video of a video. That's a different story. It's someone actually inside the apartment taking these pictures. So how would I have gotten access to the apartment? You don't think when you do stuff. So that's what I've been requesting. What does the actual apartment look like fully lit when the cameras are off, and how does the screen react? Now, keep in mind, when they do those, try to do those demonstrations, they will stick to colors. But even in colors, we can see your colors washing out. You have to do contrast. You have to do everything. You can't just pick one thing and say, okay, it works. No, everything. Because when the customer watches it, he or she is not going to pick one thing. They're going to have everything displayed up there. But I guess they don't. I guess what happens when you cut corners? This is what happens. So, Jamie, I have no interest in purchasing any of your products because, again, we have $1,600 worth of canceled orders. Not only that, we've had your products here in the past, and they don't work. They match house paint. Went in and did that demonstration, go to the blacklist, and on the blacklist, you will see me a year ago or 6 months ago do the demonstration on Network Grade 773, which he did the demonstration later on, which happened to match his product. After going through a whole entire, I guess, speech of explaining why it doesn't match his product, just to go in to remove the very same video from the account, get caught removing the video. I don't even know how to explain that one right there, but they'll figure out some other lie to try to cover that up. And get caught, busted, trying to remove evidence, trying to hide evidence. So, but that's your problem at the end of the day, it's not mine. If you're properly tested your product, you're honest with your customers, you didn't do fake environments, you didn't depend on high-end projectors to try to boost your colors and contrast, you calibrated projectors considered to be a lie because, again, what about the customer who's not calibrated? So in order for him to get that color, he's going to have to calibrate his projector. You're forcing your customers to do something that maybe they might not want to do at the end of the day. Neither one of y'all have enough demonstrations at all, period. And y'all all use the same projectors over and over again. The screen has been developed. We have swapped out between so many different projectors, it's not even funny. We've been in and out of the house back and forth with this. And mind you, this is being displayed on a 720p. $270 projector. I'll show you the model number of my machine because I have two of these units. That is the 720p model. You can go look it up for yourself. The Chrissy LW401. It's a 720p, and you can look at the date of it. As a matter of fact, here, I'll help you out with that one. Got the computer running in the next room. Let's go pop over to Projector Central. And let's see what my specifications are on my projector behind me. My old relic. Let's see how old my projector is. There we go. Okay, let's see. LW. So it's a 401. Oh, I forgot the name already. No, it's a 401 LW. No. LW is that LW 401? Yeah. Specifications. All right. There we go. Let's go to projector central. I notice if we talk about a projector too much, they start to jump on eBay. You think I'm joking? They do. They jump. I kept talking about the Sonys. The Sonys were jumping. Pretty soon, a 720p projector is going to cost just as much as those 1080p's. Okay, let me see what we got going on here. My projector. I need to go to projector central. There's my unit right there. Oh, it's a much cleaner model than mine. Mine is dirty. Alright, so my projector here is, oh, my contrast is 3000 to 1. That's still so low compared to what contrast projectors are now. The one in the next room is 20,000 to 1, but we got it turned off. We don't use it. Alright, so this is my projector right here. You're seeing it in the room right there. Chrissy LW401. Let's see. That projector has a 4000. 1280 by 800, 3000 to 1 in contrast, 8-bit color processor. Yeah, that's low considered to what we have now in projectors. Of course, everything is all power zoom. My focus, zoom, all that's all powered for $270. And the lamps are pretty cheap. I can get the lamps around $50. That's basically about it. Let's see what eBay is asking for them now. Let's go over to, let me see. Come back out of here. Let's see. Yeah, told you. Every time we start bragging and boasting about a projector, the price jumps on. Every single time. Let's see if someone got something better for lower. And even $500, again, still cheap for a projector. Now we're just putting it tight in there. Because most people are going to end up spending $800 and $900 for a projector. And if you want a really good one that does like this one, you're not going to get a 4,000 lumen projector for that price. If you want a 4,000 projector, it's going to cost you a couple $1,000s. And these are venues, by the way. It's definitely going to cost you a couple $1,000s easily. Oops, let me hold that. Okay. So since you won't allow me to copy, let me copy. Okay, can I copy this? Okay, get out of this right here. We should be able to. All right, copy here, here, here. Let's see, search. See who's got them. Maybe it's just the only one has expense. Okay, for shipping, 109. I don't trust these right here. I'm not going to talk about it. The reason why I don't trust people who do ads like that, because I told you before, you can't physically see the projector. You're seeing pictures of it. So mind you, this is a projector that if you did get it brand new, it'd be a couple $1,000s easily, brand new. The Chrissy's LW 400s, I think that's what there are. That projector brand new is $2,000. If you find one that's brand new, they're $2,000. If you find one used, they're $109. Look at the jump on that between $2,000 and $109. That projector was brand new. It'd be a lot of money. But he has it down at parts only. That's another thing too. Make sure you look where it says parts only. Just for parts, that thing's about $100. And that's probably, hopefully it comes with the lens, since that's the problem too. When it says parts only, chances are, I don't know if they took the lens out. That's one of the problems you go through with venue projectors. They'll pull a lens right out of it, because the lens will be worth more than the projector, and the lamps will be worth more, especially the filters for these. But it's a picture there. So you don't know the condition it's in, because you can't actually see the physical projector. I've seen projectors where the chassis were cracked. Projectors' chassis are pretty heavy. To crack one, you'd have to drop something pretty heavy on top of it, which means something else would be damaged inside also too along with it. That's the lens. Now the reason why they charge a little more for the projector. This is a short lens, short throw projector. You do know those are short throws, right? Those are short throw venues. Short throw venue projectors are very hard to get, and I'll tell you why they're hard to get. Because usually, when you're dealing with venue projectors, they have interchangeable lenses, which means when you buy a brand new venue projector, it will not have a lens with it. You don't get a lens with it. You have to buy the lens. The lens can cost you anywhere between $10,000, $20,000, I've seen even some even worse at $60,000, depending on what kind of lens. If you're talking about an ultra short throw lens, then you're going to spend some serious money. So they can swap out from extended throw lens, standard throw lens. You have short throw lens. You got short throw wide lens. You can basically go into an ultra short throw lens. They have interchangeable lenses. Where if you buy a projector that's short throw, it will always be short throw no matter what. Venues are different. They give you the option to change out. And this one right here, that's the lens I have on mine. It's a short throw lens. Now the reason why I know it's a short throw lens because when I go outside, that is the only projector we can use to fill the entire 250. If we use the Christie LW505, which has a standard throw lens, the problem we have with that is it doesn't fill out the entire screen. The image doesn't even come up that close to fill out the entire screen at 25 feet. Any other projectors, the Sony VPO FA30, FA36s do not pull up that entire screen. But that particular projector in there, the Christie LW401, they will fill the entire screen. I got one in 1080p and I got another one in 720p. They will fill the entire screen up with no problem, and some, because it's using a short throw lens. I would doubt that would be the remote control with it. Now, if you know that you're 1% sure that the remote control that you are getting is the actual remote control with the projector and not a universal remote control, just go in and basically Google your projector and go to images, and you will see somebody, and they always have somebody in there posting the projector with the original remote control next to it. That's how you can tell if it's real or not. These are tricks that I learned basically when shopping for venue projectors, how to find the correct remote control with them. Usually, sometimes with the universal remote controls, they will give you something like the option to be able to get to the menu and to be able to power on and off, and maybe some of them will give you the option to be able to use volume control. But venue projectors have very interesting perks attached to them, like the Christie LW505 is picture-in-picture on multiple units. Like I can put a little picture-in-picture here, one here, one here, one here. It does that capability. It has this crazy lens shift capability where I can actually duck under my ceiling fan and hit the screen. It's pretty impressive. Sony VPL FH31s and 36, and the FH30 31, FH30, FH36. The FH36 has edge bleeding or blending technology, which allows you to connect two projectors together. You connect those together, you link them together, connect them to your laptop, and instead of you going through warped software to try to mend the screens together, it has a one button activation that locks the screens together and basically mimics them as one screen. It's already built in software into the projector to do that. Those are the 36 have that capability. The 31s have portrait mode capability, which means you can take the projector and you can turn it this way, and everything that will come off that projector will be in portrait mode. Now you can do portrait mode with the Christie LW400 because the bottoms are flat and has a handle, and you can lay that sitting up, but you're going to have to use it with a computer because the computer also too would have to be in portrait mode to get that effect to trigger. The VPL FA31s require a computer. You can just turn it and boot, the screen will automatically go into a portrait mode. They're fantastic if you're going to be doing like kind of a doorway kind of display or something like that. Maybe you want to build a portal, I don't know, but that's what they're good for. But the 31s are the only ones that have that option. The FH30s have the same option that all the other two have. They have twin picture mode. You can't access picture mode unless you have the original remote control that comes with it. So there's particular perks that they have that allows that projector to do all those different perks. Some of them will not operate without the original remote control, and this is why you need to find the original control to get access to those perks. Whew, it's a lot in it. See, that's what I told you. At the end of the video, not only do we explain to these gentlemen that we're not interested in their products and we don't need to bother with all that nonsense, and we're going to get nonsense anyway, it just comes with the territory. But at the end of the day, I can explain things to you that they will never explain to you on camera because they don't know anything at all, period. They talk about venue projectors. They don't know anything about a venue projector. I don't think either one of them owns venue projectors. But yeah, they don't know anything about them because, again, they don't have them. They haven't experienced in them. At one point, this one of them was saying that venue projectors suck. 720p suck. Well, what we got in the next room is 720p, and yeah, your product canceled out 18 times. The other one canceled out 7 times. But yeah, I think we'll do a tutorial video on how to shop for venue projectors. But for right now, I got to be downstairs. I got to do the test. That's why we have these certified screens with the frog tape, because we have to do those tests. I got some people that are interested in seeing how the screen reacts next to certified screens. They want to see a demonstration with just that and that only. So that's what that's going to be for, and that's going to be a test demonstration for today. Did I leave my remote control in the other room? Chances are probably. Yes. I guess now, I want to have to say, well, the projector's under 600 because Lord always blesses us. We got a 1080p model of that projector, and we got a 720p for $272. I think we got it from the same vendor. That's what we paid for it from. Same vendor. And that's 720p. Now, like I said, people don't want to support 720p, and they say, oh, you got to upgrade to the newest model, blah, blah, blah. You're pushing your customers to say, the only way you're going to be to get a decent screen, you're just going to spend more moolah. At the end of the day, that's what you're telling them. That's exactly what you're telling them. Well, we, on the other hand, tell our customers, nah, you don't got to spend that money for a projector. You can go out and get yourself a 720p projector, and it'll work out just fine. It'll fantastic. There you go, because the screen does all the work. Oh, 720p is a garbage. That looks fantastic to me. That's 720p. So imagine we make 720p look that way. Imagine what a 4K will look on this technology. We have options because, again, like I said, I talk to customers at the end of the day that may not be able to afford those 1080p or 4K projectors. So why should they be outed? Why should, you're not allowed in this club because you can't afford this certain projector, so you got to stay out there with the rest of them. That's pretty much what you do. Or we say, oh, come on in. No, you're welcome. You're welcome. 720p. Oh, yeah, come on. Knock yourself out. Take a seat up front. Want popcorn? There you go. That's how we treat our customers. Now, the more chatter we get about a screen, this is how we find out how threatened they are by a product. The more chatter we get about a screen, the more they rant about it, that's how we can tell they're threatened by the product. And I told you from the first beginning, I would be threatened too if I made screen paint like you guys made at the end of the day. This technology is way better than what we're used to having. As a matter of fact, it obsoleted 3 screens already. It took out the Titan, it took out the gunmetal, and it took out a 39 gamer screen paint because the screen can produce an insane high color level, which makes it eligible as a gamer paint. And its contrast levels are darker than all 3 of them combined. Now, next to the 39, it would probably pick up on higher white level than the 39. We know that. But the 39 at the end of the day, it's not a paint to laugh at the end of the day. I got 180 of that painted to my ceiling. And as for people that are doing these demonstrations, calling their products ambient light, well, 180-inch attached to your ceiling, and you can display that and read a book at the same time, speaks volumes on how good the technology's gain capability is. All right, we wasted enough time on this. Well, not the part where basically showing you how to look for projectors. That was great. I got to get out of here because I have to be downstairs and I have to get my screen set up to get ready for coding today. And then I have to go in, and sorry about that, and I have to go, we're going to do the ultra short throw. No, sorry, we're doing a long throw. And we're doing the certified test today. Some of it, not all of it. We're still hunting for more screens. That's for the customers, and a few customers requesting that. They want to see how that looks. And then we're going to be outside with 1,000 lumens. We were outside with the ultra short throw. We're outside with the other projector. Now we're outside with 1,000 or 720p. We're going to be outside with 1,000 lumens. Oh, I have to do another 1,000 lumen demonstration inside too. On top of that, we need to do another test inside. We want to get the specifications. We got it at 1,500, but I want to get the specifications at 1,000 lumens for inside use. That would be really nice. That would be real nice to have. All right, well, back to testing. Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. As for Crow and Partay, this is the reason why, again, it is a waste of my time to put energy into that. Because again, not just the other stuff, the canceled orders alone by themselves, you couldn't process an order. That's all you had to do. And again, I'm still waiting for my receipts, which I've been asking for my receipts for the 39 Extreme Black, which you claimed you did a review on. We're still waiting for those receipts. We don't care at the end of the day if you order or not, because I'm tired of asking you that. That's just, it is no point. You've never purchased from us, you never bought from us, so I'm not bothering with that. I'm too tired to keep asking you over and over again. It's just exhausting. We even offered to give this guy free paint. He was afraid to put his address in, so I'm done with that one. Put my address in 18 times. And still, man, your track record is absolutely horrible. So it's exhausting. And I don't have time to exhaust myself over that nonsense. I got so much on my plate right now and so much testing to do with this new technology to make sure we have it done, we get it ready for the lawyers, because it's going to get patent pending attached to it. You'll be able to see the public records, you'll be to see the patent pending on it. All right, with that being said, thank you for your time. I have to go, and God bless.